a child, upon his birth, awakened divine powers that granted him mastery over time and space, evident even as he emerged from his mother's embrace. His fascination, though, lay solely with ramen noodles. Thus, when a colossal frog threatened his city and interrupted his meal, Wong eliminated the formidable foe with a swift blow, all while concealing his extraordinary talents to maintain an average facade. On his initial school day, he was cornered by upperclassmen demanding his money, due to his minimal force score. Suddenly, a fiery comet struck, and the school's most admired girl, Sunram, descended, scaring off the bullies. After ensuring their departure, she assured Wong of her protection. Later, the school principal initiated the entrance exam to measure spirit force power, with high achievers gaining recognition. An unattractive and unpopular student, Kei Shuan, was first to face the test, but upon encountering the giant frog, he recoiled in fear. This frog was the very entity Wong had vanquished years prior. However, as each student attempted their luck, it became clear that appearances do not a hero make. The frog withstood their efforts until Chencha stepped forward, channeling her latent abilities into a single, mighty punch. Although she was propelled backwards, her score soared above 900, securing her a spot in the elite class. Sun Rong's attempt was even more spectacular. She dispatched the frog with such force that her score exceeded 2000, a first among her peers. Wong, aiming to mask his unparalleled powers, took his turn last, hoping to blend in as just another ordinary student. Yet, upon his entry, the frog's memory was jogged by an ominous melody, recalling the day it was previously bested. Despite an attempted ambush by the mage leader, Wong nonchalantly approached. A mere gust from his kick sufficed to render the frog unconscious, all because it dared to interrupt his noodle feast. As the familiar background music played once more, Wong feigned exertion. However, with minimal effort and a slight movement of his arms, he disrupted the signal, rendering the frog unconscious for all to see. His score was off the charts, literally beyond the screen's capability to display. Yet, he hadn't even made physical contact with the frog. When the frog began to disintegrate, Sun sensed that something was amiss, and Wong deduced the creature was feigning death to escape the agony of his presence. The examiner praised Wong for his exceptional performance, welcoming him into the elite class. In their first lesson, the teacher introduced the concept of summoning spirits from other dimensions using their force level. Chen, eager to prove himself following some ridicule, showcased his abilities. Sun, meanwhile, summoned a stray dog, pondering the power necessary to conjure a true spirit beast. Curious about Wang's distant demeanor in the corner, the teacher encouraged him to participate. However, as Wang engaged, the sheer force of his power caused an immense explosion, and the frog, bewilderingly, found itself facing Wang once again. In a quick resolution, the teacher transformed the frog into a puppy with Sun's dog's intervention. Sun, attempting to lighten the mood, inquired if the puppy enjoyed peanut butter. Wang, foreseeing the chaotic outcome, attempted to slip away, accustomed to solitude throughout his life. From the moment of his dramatic entrance into the world, witnessed by his father and a tearful nurse fleeing the aftermath of an explosive delivery, Wang was extraordinary. Walking from his mother's womb with unmatched presence, he spent his early days deciphering his parents' thoughts and lies amidst their constant bickering. Determined to mend their fractured relationship, he ingeniously decided to urinate in their presence, a peculiar act that somehow fortified their bond. With each passing day, Wang's abilities evolved, from manipulating gravity to defeating formidable foes, prompting his father to devise a seal to conceal his immense power. Despite their efforts, including his mother's attempts to dampen his spirit with golden orbs, the challenges of normalcy persisted. Simple actions, like blowing out birthday candles, led to unintended disasters. By age 10, an innocent touch from his friends rendered them unconscious, a stark awakening to his immense power. It was then Wang truly appreciated his parents' struggles to provide for him, resolving to temper his emotions, barring his affinity for ramen noodles. An encounter at school over a ramen sale led to a unique exchange, Wang offering votes for noodles to support a peer's campaign, inadvertently revealing the simplicity of influence and desire among his classmates. As manipulative tactics unfolded around him, Wang mysteriously vanished, leaving behind only a golden pill as a clue to his presence. Attempting to reciprocate the kindness of receiving noodles from her at the start of class, Sun realized that Wang remained unaffected by her enchantment. Despite her efforts to dominate him, it became unclear whether she had received the pill he hinted at returning. Misinterpreting his gesture, she consumed the golden pill, hoping to augment her abilities, only to find herself overwhelmed, feeling as if she had plummeted from great heights. The allure she cast dissipated, and during a moment when she was summoned to exhibit her art of seduction, a mishap with a discarded can nearly led to her downfall. Wong, seizing the opportunity to assert himself as the main character of their story, unintentionally dispelled the enchantment with his actions, much to everyone's surprise. Before class concluded, Chen was declared the grade president, leaving Wong pondering the hidden depths of his seemingly innocuous actions. That evening, Sun found herself vexed by Wang's inadvertent disruption of her spell and his lingering presence in her thoughts. The next day, Chen's arrival with a large cauldron for the pill refinement test sparked speculation from Sun about the potential effects of his impressive equipment. Nevertheless, his friend suspected that his grand gestures were a cover for something else. As she made her grand entrance in a limousine, accompanied by a live band and 30 bodyguards, it was clear she aimed to impress. With one look, Wong realized she was under the spell of his charm. Channeling an immense charisma, he approached and, with a gentle touch, seemed to defy physics itself, erasing the enchantment she was under. This led to speculation about whether Wong was experimenting with a groundbreaking technique. Overwhelmed by Wang's presence, Sun found herself unable to maintain her composure during class. Meanwhile, the teacher hastily covered the process of creating a golden pill, leaving the students puzzled about their prospects for success. Chen, plotting against Wong, was digging a metaphorical grave for him, but Wong, unfazed, innovatively used a microwave to refine ore, baffling Chen with his unconventional method. Chen, attempting to demonstrate his prowess with his own magical furnace, hoped to capture Sun's admiration. However, his efforts backfired dramatically, leading to an explosive mishap that resulted in his embarrassment and retreat. Once he had departed, the teacher informed them they would wait 7 hours for the ores to finish refining. Upon leaving the class, Wang's dog was set to attack House's cauldron. However, House managed to intervene before any damage occurred. The situation escalated when his frog jumped out of the window, and in pursuing it, House inadvertently implemented his strategy to outmaneuver his adversary. As he turned around, he discovered Wong was unexpectedly close behind him, leading to a plea for mercy from House. Meanwhile, Chen was in a state of despair, crying as he ran. His distress was not only due to his romantic failures but also from the fear of facing his father's wrath for destroying a cherished family heirloom and not securing first place in the competition. In a twist, Wong ended up with House's furnace, leaving House puzzled about the theft attempt and threatening Wong with his paintball weapon. Wong asserted he meant no harm, prompting House to demand an explanation to avoid being propelled into an alternate dimension. Amidst these tensions, Chen was overwhelmed by a sense of defeat, his spirits crushed further when he witnessed his affection moving away with Wong, branding him a failure in his eyes. Chen resolved to confront the malevolence that drove a wedge between them. As House declared the end for Chen's deemed worthless existence and launched a toxic attack, Wong narrowly avoided the assault, leading to Chen inadvertently ingesting House's harmful concoction. House's alarm escalated, partly due to his failure to clarify his intentions, resulting in panic about the potential repercussions. They hastily moved to bring Chen to safety, questioning whether he could survive the poison and the risk of their expulsion. House, in desperation, implored Wong to concoct an antidote, prompting a frantic search for ingredients and the activation of his cauldron with a 4-hour countdown. Their plan was complicated by the realization that their instructor would return in 2 hours and by Froggy's renewed interest in the cauldron. House then lifted his magical restraint on Froggy to deflect him, but upon ensuring his furnace's safety, they discovered Froggy's interference had unexpectedly accelerated the antidote's preparation. Deciding to leverage this serendipity, they coaxed Froggy into harnessing his abilities for their benefit,